Kylie Jenner, one of the world's most recognized reality stars and business moguls, once opened up about a deeply personal fear that transcends fame and fortune, the fear of raising her daughter, Stormi Webster, in a world fraught with racial unrest and social injustice. The confession came during a period of widespread protests and national outrage in the United States, when the killing of George Floyd sparked a movement demanding justice and equality. For Kylie, the issue hit close to home. As the mother of a biracial child, she expressed profound worry about the kind of world her daughter would grow up in. In an emotional statement shared on social media, Kylie wrote that she had been unable to get the images and sounds of George Floyd's final moments out of her mind. She described the video as devastating and completely heartbreaking, adding that she could not imagine the pain and fear that so many Black Americans face on a daily basis. She admitted that while she would never personally experience that fear, she was acutely aware that her daughter, Stormi, would be growing up in a society still deeply divided by racial lines. This realization, she said, filled her with both sadness and determination to be part of a generation that demands change. Kylie Jenner's words reflected a rare moment of vulnerability from someone often surrounded by glamour and wealth. The youngest member of the Kardashian-Jenner clan, known for her makeup empire and her presence on social media, took a step back from her usual image to acknowledge a reality that millions of people in America live through every day. She stated that no one should have to live in fear because of the color of their skin, and that no one deserves to die in the way George Floyd and so many others had. As a mother, Kylie confessed that her greatest fear was for Stormi's future. She wrote, "I fear for my daughter, and I hope for a better future for her." The sentence resonated deeply with many of her followers, especially parents raising children of color in America. It was not just a statement of fear, but also a call for hope, a desire to raise a child in a world that values compassion, understanding, and equality. Kylie emphasized that she wanted to see real change, not temporary outrage, and encouraged her millions of followers to keep the conversation alive. "Keep sharing, keep watching, keep speaking out," she urged, insisting that awareness and dialogue are the first steps toward transformation. Her words carried particular weight because of her own family's dynamics. Stormi Webster, born in 2018, is the daughter of Kylie Jenner and rapper Travis Scott, who is African American. As a mother of a mixed-race child, Kylie's fears were not abstract, they were rooted in a genuine awareness of how systemic racism can shape a child's experience from the earliest years of life. For Kylie, the protests of 2020 were more than a political moment, they were a reminder that her daughter's safety and dignity could one day depend on the actions society chooses to take today. While Kylie Jenner has often faced criticism for her privilege and perceived detachment from real-world issues, this particular message stood out as one of empathy and reflection. She acknowledged her own privilege, writing that she would never personally experience the discrimination and danger faced by many people of color. However, she recognized her responsibility to use her voice and platform to amplify awareness and support justice. It was an acknowledgement that being silent was no longer acceptable, not for her, not for anyone with influence. Kylie also used her platform to encourage education and awareness among her followers. She urged people to continue learning about systemic racism, police brutality, and the history of racial inequality in the United States. Her message was not merely performative, she paired her words with concrete actions by donating to organizations supporting racial justice initiatives. The reality star expressed a sincere hope that her generation, and the generations that follow, will not repeat the mistakes of the past. "We must come together," she wrote, "to ensure that this world is a safer place for our children." The cultural context of Kylie's post added to its significance. Her statement came at a time when many celebrities were being called out for remaining silent amid a national crisis. Social media users had begun to demand more than platitudes, they wanted meaningful engagement, advocacy, and accountability. Kylie's post, while simple, stood as a moment of solidarity and an acknowledgement of fear shared by millions of parents around the world. Her words helped bring the conversation about race into a space often dominated by beauty trends, fashion, and entertainment, proving that even the most glamorous figures are not immune to the anxieties of parenthood in turbulent times. For many, Kylie Jenner's admission was a turning point that showed a different side of her, a human side. It revealed her as a mother deeply concerned about her daughter's safety, her future, and the kind of world she will inherit. In the years since, Kylie has continued to express her love and devotion to Stormi, often sharing glimpses of their life together on social media. Yet that one post from 2020 remains one of her most powerful statements, not because of the number of likes or comments it received, but because of the vulnerability and truth it carried. Her message was ultimately one of hope. Despite her fears, Kylie expressed confidence that change was possible if people refused to look away. "Keep speaking out," she repeated, reminding her followers that silence and apathy only allow injustice to continue. Her words echoed a sentiment felt by millions during that pivotal moment in American history, that every voice, no matter how big or small, can contribute to change. Today, years after those protests, Kylie's reflections still hold relevance. America continues to grapple with issues of race, identity, and justice, and parents across the country still share the same fears she articulated. Her honesty about motherhood, fear, and hope resonated beyond celebrity culture, touching a universal truth: that every parent wants their child to grow up in a world that is safer, fairer, and kinder than the one they inherited. For Kylie Jenner, raising Stormi Webster is not just about luxury and comfort, it's about preparing her daughter to live with empathy, strength, and courage in a world that still has much to learn about equality. In the end, Kylie's admission of fear was not a sign of weakness but of love. It was the confession of a mother who, despite her immense privilege, shares the same worries that unite parents everywhere. Her words served as both a warning and a warning about the injustices that persist, and a wish for a brighter, more compassionate world for the next generation. Stormi Webster, in her innocence and joy, symbolizes that hope, the hope that through awareness, action, and love, the future can indeed be better than the past.